What's happening, everybody? Welcome back to Game Day with Trey. Of course, this is your host, Trey. And today, we're going to talk about this NFL Sunday afternoon matchup between the Pittsburgh Steelers and the Indianapolis Colts. All right, so this game will be played Sunday, September 29th, 1 p.m. East Coast time as a kickoff. We'll be in Indianapolis, Indiana. The line is currently Pittsburgh by 1. Over-under is set at 40, although we have had some movement. The line was initially at over-under 44.5, and Pittsburgh by 2.5 some places, man. So let's go ahead and let's take a look at these two teams, right? So the Pittsburgh Steelers coming in here this game looking to build on their 3-0 start for the year against the spread and 3-0 start straight up, man. They beat the Chargers last time out by a final score of 20-10, and after this game, the Steelers will be heading home to do battle against the Dallas Cowboys, man. So got to make sure they are not looking ahead in this game and they're paying attention and focus on where exactly they're at and who they're playing, okay? Because so far this year, Justin Fields has thrown for 518 yards, 2 touchdowns, and an interception on 73.3% passing, while Najee Harris has rushed for 209 yards. George Pickens also leads the Steelers receiving with 13 grabs for 171 yards, while Calvin Austin III has 108 receiving yards with a touchdown. Pat Freiermuth also has 12 grabs this season. All right, and on defense, Deshaun Elliott has a team high 18 total tackles, while Minkah Fitzpatrick has 16 total tackles, including 12 solo tackles. TJ Watt has a team high 3 sacks, and Nick Herbig has a pair of sacks as a team. Pittsburgh's defense has combined for 9 sacks and 4 interceptions so far this season, guys. And when you're looking at how they came out and they played in that last game, I mean, coming out and doing what they did in this game, holding Justin Herbert to 12 of 18 for 125 yards and 1 touchdown, hold J.K. Dobbins down to 15 carries for 44 yards, and Quentin Johnston to 2 receptions for 44 yards and a touchdown, man. That is some good defense. All right, and then Justin Fields came out and he actually lit it up a little bit, man. He went 25 for 32 for 245 yards. He did throw a touchdown, but also threw an interception in that game as well, man. And Najee Harris, 18 carries for 70 yards. You can't be mad at that, man. Calvin Austin III, 4 receptions, 95 yards, a touchdown. Can't be mad at that either, man. And Pittsburgh won the time possession, 33 minutes and 51 seconds, 26 minutes and 9 seconds in that game. So when you're going ahead and you're looking at this matchup, you also got to kind of look at Indianapolis too, right? So the Colts coming into this game at 1-2 on the year after picking up their first win of the season after ending up with a 21-16 win over the Chicago Bears last time out. All right, now, after this game, the Colts will need to head down to Jacksonville for their division matchup against the Jaguars. Definitely don't want to get caught looking ahead in this one because you'll get mollywopped. This is a slobber knocker game, man. Anytime you play Pittsburgh, a slobber knocker. You know what I mean? They're coming out here and they coming to knock heads off, man. That's just what they do. They still play that same style, and I love it. I love it. So, Anthony Richardson has thrown for 583 yards, 3 touchdowns, and 6 interceptions on 49.3 passing, while also rushing for 117 yards and a touchdown. Jonathan Taylor has a team high 261 rushing yards with 3 touchdowns, and Alec Pierce leads the Colts receiving group with 225 receiving yards and 2 touchdowns, while Michael Pittman Jr. has a team high 11 receptions. All right, now on defense, Nick Cross has a team high 39 total tackles, including 24 solo tackles, while Jalen Jones has a pair of interceptions. As a team, the Colts defense has put up 8 sacks and a pair of interceptions so far this season, man. Really lackluster as far as what you need to be completely successful in this this game that we call football, man. And I'm gonna be honest with you. When you look at this last game, all right, so Richardson was 10 for 20 for 167 yards and 2 interceptions, man. Caleb Williams tried to play hero ball and went 33 for 52 for 363 yards, 2 touchdowns, 2 interceptions. All right, I'm just saying. All right, now Jonathan Taylor had put the team on his back, carried the ball 23 times for 110 yards and 2 touchdowns. Alec Pierce had 1 reception, 44 yards. Anthony Richardson's one of the worst quarterbacks in the NFL right now. It's just bar none, he's one of the worst quarterbacks in the NFL. All right, just so you know how they do on first down, right? They only passed the ball 4 times on first down last week, man. and they rushed the ball 9 times on first down when you talk about the Colts. All right, so look at the trend. Look what they try to do, man. Their efficiency was 3 for 12. That's trash. You know what I mean? 3 for 12 on third down efficiency, man. That is trash. Did they really deserve that win? I mean, the Bears had the time of possession. They beat it 35 minutes to 24 minutes and 59 seconds. It's just the fact that, man, it's the fact that the Colts were at home. That's what I'm going to tell you. It's the fact that the Colts were at home. That's how that happened. Because there's no other, just looking at the stat line and watching the actual game play. Because I watched the all 22s on this game, and then when I watched it, man, I was baffled at how the Colts were able to pull this game off. And it really comes down to Matt Eberflus for the Bears. But that's neither here nor there. That has nothing to do with this game. Let's talk about this game, right? So when you're talking about injuries and who's been hurt and who's coming in this game, let's look at Pittsburgh's injuries, right? Pittsburgh got a few people on the list. You know, of course, Russell Wilson's still questionable with that calf injury. Undetermined if he'll be ready for the Sunday game. We all know that Najee Harris is questionable, fighting off an arm injury. It's up in the air if he'll be out there, but I expect to see him. Jaylen Warren, he's questionable, managing a knee injury. Darius Rush, the cornerback, he's questionable with the concussion he's managing, and if it's unclear if he'll be ready to face the team out there. Roman Wilson still questionable, laid up with that ankle injury, uncertain if he'll be ready to play out there. And Kobe Trice Jr. still on IR, man. You know, so there's a lot of question marks out on this team right now. Nate Herbig, he's out with a torn rotator cuff. He's going to miss the remainder of the season. That's going to really hurt this team. Then when you look to the Colts, so Tyquan Lewis, you know, he's questionable, hampered with the calf injury. They got Kenny Moore, the second, he's questionable. Dallas Flowers, he's questionable with the one with the leg injury, the other one with the hip. Tanner Bertini's questionable, dealing with a toe injury. I don't know if he'll be out there either. And, you know, there's injuries on both sides. Jelani Woods, we all know he's still out for an undetermined amount of time. But when you look at statistically and how these two teams have been playing out here on the field, you got to first look at all the way at the stats. So looking at the stats, Pittsburgh's averaging 17 points per game. That's 24th worst in the NFL. Colts are giving up 20.3 points per game. That's the 13th in the NFL. That is middle of the pack. All right, third down conversions. Pittsburgh's converting 43.18% of their times on third down. That's the 7th best in the NFL. And the Colts' third down defense is trash. They allow you to convert 50% of the time, straight basura. And then when you look at over here at the red zone offense, though, for Pittsburgh, they're only scoring a touchdown 25% of the time. That's the 31st worst in the NFL. Whereas the Colts defense, man, they doing you favors. They allow you to score 66.67% of the time. That's 26th worst in the NFL against opposing offenses to score red zone touchdown, guys. So I definitely expect to see some field goals in this game, man. Chris Boswell, got to take him. Boswell, whatever the young man's name is, got to take him. Got to always look towards the kicker when you look at Pittsburgh, man. The kicker's always going to be something that's going to be good for you. Yep, Chris Boswell, over 1.5. Giving you that right now. Take that. Okay, that's a deadbolt. Okay, then when you look over here as far as the Colts offense, they're averaging 19.3 points per game, 17th in the NFL, whereas Pittsburgh's defense is the best defense in the NFL, only giving up 8.7 points per game. Third down conversions, Indianapolis is only converting 32.26% of the time, that's 26th in the NFL, whereas Pittsburgh only allows you to convert 21.88% of the time. That is the number one third down defense in the NFL, guys. Then let's look at the red zone. Indianapolis, they score 62.5% of the time, ninth best in the NFL. But the thing is, Pittsburgh's defense is the number one defense in the red zone. They don't allow touchdowns, man. They only allow touchdowns 16.67% of the time. And we know the Colts want to run the ball. So when you look at the Colts offense, really, they're not really doing what you would anticipate or think. Like, okay, per rush is 5.4 yards per rush. That's 4th best in the NFL. But you're going against the Pittsburgh Steelers. They don't allow you to rush 3.5 yards per rush. That's 2nd best in the NFL, guys. All right, strength versus strength. Let's see what you do. All right, Anthony Richardson's going to have to pull this game out. He's going to have to actually put this game and do this. He's going to have to outduel Justin Fields, and I don't think he could do that, and that's sad. That's sad, but I knew that when he came in the league, man. I'm just saying. Anybody who knows me knows I already said that. All right, so it shouldn't be an epiphany to you that I'm saying that about that young man, right? He drafted way too high for him. But anyway, I digress. Don't want to disparage nobody. Let's go ahead. Let's look at these stat splits right here, right? So on the road, Pittsburgh is averaging 15.5 points per game, but they're only giving up 8 points per game. And the Colts at home, they're averaging scoring 24 points per game, but they're giving up 22.25 points per game. So if that defense don't show, man, it ain't going to be no go for the Colts. It's going to be a straight no-go. All right, so when you look situationally, right, you're looking at how these two teams are playing situationally. Of course, we know Pittsburgh's 3-0 straight up against the season. And, yeah, it's 3-0, and Colts are 1-2, man. We know this already, man. And as against the spread, Pittsburgh is 3-0 in that situation as well. And the Colts are 2-1. Now, as a home underdog, the Colts are 1-0 against the spread. So you take that with a grain of salt if you want to. All right. And like I said, Pittsburgh's 3-0 against the spread. So you can't say nothing about them as far as that situation. But when you look over-unders concerned, Pittsburgh is 0 overs, 3 unders so far this game. And the Colts are 1 over and 2 unders so far this season, man. And with that over-under being set at 40 right now, and having been at 44.5, that means it's being bought down by sharps. That's how we got all the way to 40. You know what I mean? So that means if you want to get a couple points to get you back even, maybe 41, 42, so that you can get them, go ahead and get that under. You can get that. Well, you can only get 40.5 right now, but it's a minus 120, and that's buying a half a point. Now, you'll probably be able to do better before on game day, guys. Or maybe even look at Colts team total and getting them under the 19.5. Yeah, you can get them under 19.5, the Colts team total under. And that's a plus 100 right now. Oh, yeah, I like that. You ain't going to put up them points like that against the Steelers. I just don't see you doing it, man. I don't see you doing it. So I like that. I might go lock that in right now. Okay. And then when you're looking at just the rest of the from the totality perspective, right, for these two teams, okay, there's reasons why each one could win. So this Pittsburgh, they've won 15 of their last 16 Sunday games against the Colts. The Colts have lost each of their last 9 games as home underdogs following a win. The road team has covered the spread in each of the Colts' last 6 Week 4 games, and the Colts have failed to cover the spread in 8 of their last 9 games at Lucas Oil Stadium following a win. And when you talk about the Colts, the Steelers have lost 3 of their last 4 Week 4 games as favorites against AFC opponents. The underdogs have each won each of their last hold on. Let me repeat this. The underdogs have won each of the Steelers' last 2 Week 4 games, guys. And the Colts have covered the spread in 4 of their last 5 September games as underdogs against AFC opponents. The Steelers have also failed to cover the spread in 4 of their last 5 Week 4 games, guys. So there is some information and some trends there for you to understand. Also knowing that last 10 times these teams were out here, Pittsburgh 6-4 straight up, 6-4 against the spread, and 5 to the over, 5 to the under. Whereas the Colts last 10 times out there, 5-5 straight up, 5-5 against the spread, and 6 to the over, 4 to the under. Head to head, Pittsburgh does run this series 8-2 straight up, 6-4 against the spread, and 8 to the over, 2 to the under the last 10 times. Last time they did meet, they met last year, December 16th, in Indianapolis, and the score was 30-13 with Gardner Minshew out there, guys. All right, Colts were giving up money because they was hot with Gardner Minshew. All right, but previously Pittsburgh won like 8 straight, guys, going all the way back to 2011. From 2022 to 2011, they just drug them. Pittsburgh owns them, man, and that's why I honestly, with my heart of hearts, feel that I'm on the Steelers here. All right. I know the Colts found a way to get it done last week and last year when they played them, when they had Gardner Minshew, but that's completely different. All right. And the team they played last week is not coached by Mike Tomlin. You know what I mean? Let's just be clear about that. Mike Tomlin is a whole nother level than Eberflus. All right. So the Colts found a way to get it done last week and have a lot of upside on that young team. But here's the thing, man. Richardson just hadn't been consistent enough in the passing game, and I don't trust him one bit. Okay, the Steelers, despite what little expectations people had on them coming into the season, we all felt strongly that this defense was going to be good, and we all have known how they can slow the game down, and we all have known how great a coach Mike Tomlin is. And when he has an opportunity to grind it out on you and to beat you up, he's going to do that. And I'm going to go ahead and tell you right now, I'm on Pittsburgh in this game. Money line minus the 120, I'll rock with that. Okay, but I'm also on the Broswell over 1.5 field goals. And I like the Colts under that 19.5 total points, man. Yeah. All right, man. I hope this information helps y'all. Y'all have a blessed day. Stay safe. Please like, share, subscribe. I'm going to see you at the window. Peace.